No, I mean, when I said about the good luck and being at the right place and time and stuff, of course, I forgot the hard work aspect. I mean, hard work definitely gets you
Yeah.
somewhere. And
The luck opens the doors, but it's that hard work and being
right.
prepared, and like you have to be ready to walk through that door when it opens. And I think that's where
Yes,
a lot of people fall short.
yes, and also it's about recognizing good opportunities and decline when bad opportunities come your way. So,
100%. That's something I think I've really honed in the last few years where I can't explain it, and like, but there's some people that almost immediately I'll be like, I'm not interested in whether it's recording or producing or collaborating, where I'll just be like, politely just say I'm not interested in doing that. And
right, right.
people be like, why? Why don't you want to work with this person? And I never have a good reason. It's like, no, they're nice. They've never done anything to me, but there's this gut instinctual feeling that that's not something I want to be a part of, And I
Yep.
think following those instincts instead of being polite and going, oh, well, let me wait till I have a reason, wait till they've done something for me to be able to justify not to say no to this. But instead of,
Yeah,
I trust that instinct before I get bit, so to speak. And I just,
yeah.
I'm not interested. And, um, yeah, it's been working well for me actually.
Hey, Seven, what's that thing behind you on the wall? It says 105016061.
Oh yeah.
What is
Yeah.
that?
So that there's a company called Muso.ai. You can kind of see it right there. And what they do is they track your credits. Um,
Huh,
so for me, I working with a lot of different artists, and so I worked at a studio. I was the in-house engineer, and so I worked on whatever was on my schedule that day, right?
right.
And sometimes I knew the artist, sometimes I didn't. Especially, it was a lot of hip hop and pop, and which isn't necessarily like I'm in that world as an engineer, but it's not stuff I listen to where I necessarily know who an artist is, like as much as our interns are like, oh man, that's so and so coming in. I'm like, okay, cool.
Right, right, right.
Um, so what happened is I'd done that, and I, I didn't. Yeah, I might not remember who I worked with 6 years earlier, what song that was, or what we had a working title. What was it even released as, and what happened with that song? And so that company, they track those streams and keep track of um yeah, basically global streams on that stuff, so you can kind of see how many plays you're getting. And so that's a plaque of my total streams with everything I've worked on all
Wow.
combined across all platforms. So Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, you know,
And is this updating or is it just like a plaque?
it that's just a plaque. That's
Okay.
acrylic.
Oh, okay.
Um, I'm actually interviewing one of the founders of that company here in a couple weeks, and they're presenting me with an updated plaque. Because
Cool.
yeah, this one's at 105, and I think it's up to 115 now.
All
Um,
right.
what was it at? It was does it say how many?
Looks like 105 billion.
Yeah, but does 523 credits, and now it's at like 589 or 590.
Cool.
So yeah, that's what that
Congrats, man.
thank you. Yeah, yeah, definitely check that site out. I'll send you a link if you want. But it's
Please, yeah.
for me, it was a good way because I had in like 2018, I'd gotten really burnt out, like in the studio as an engineer, and I left the studio I was working at. I kind of like took a little bit of a break. Um, and I was working with that, and I didn't it had such a bad taste in my mouth, the toxicity of the environment I was in, that I didn't pay any attention to what those albums did or anything. I had no idea. And then when I was
Hmm.
starting to like kind of put things together and shape what I wanted to do career wise, a little bit of a shift and get back into music full time, I was like, man, I probably have like one or two platinum albums. I worked with some really big artists. And I've heard the songs like at the gas station or walking in the mall. I was like, oh, I worked on that. So I know they're doing something. I should
Right.
probably look into like see what those have done. And then as I went through that process of tracking them down and contacting the RIAA and ordering the plaques and all that kind of stuff, I realized like, oh, these albums did really well.